Alrighty, here we are. We're back again. We're going to build an aggressor from issue number 6 of Warhammer Imperium. I did Aggressor A already just to kind of get a feel for the guys because they're brand new for me. Never put an aggressor together. So I took a try and I built Aggressor A. It's the first one, 1, 2, 3. So, and we'll do the Aggressor Sergeant here together. So we shall see. They're push fit again, so kind of so-so. And they're all got the flamer. There's no options. So this is part of the, I think it was part of a set. But we'll get the Aggressor Sergeant put together here. So let's build. This part is, we got our scriber, our sanding stick clippers, and we've also got our glue. And I use the brush, not the little dropper needle, because that dropper needle is terrible. Alright, so first, the callouts 11, 12, and 13. That's it. Should be, yeah, it should be like this part of the sprue, I believe. Let's take a look here. Be careful getting the head off so you don't chop the neck. Let's see, this is, yeah, 13's here. Push that flat part up against the piece you're trying to cut out. Same way, you can always flip these around so you can see better. So one thing you do not want to do is clip the fig that you're trying to get a hold of. Let's see, and I think, yeah, there's 12. And watch out, don't clip the pin. It's push fit. Get right up to it, but don't clip the pin. All right. So that's the first part. He's going to be, oh, his head. He's got the other one, didn't have a hole in the back of his head, so that's different. Okay. And we've got our mold line and the point right there. So we'll start with our scriber. Smooth those down. It's pretty basic, pretty simple figs to get together here. So they shouldn't give you any problem. We know how to do these rounded bits. You don't want to just go up straight. Attack them from different angles, and you'll get a better, cleaner model. And now in here, I'm actually just going to go with the clippers. Just kind of clip a bit off, because we'll be gluing these guys on. We know they're push fit, but we like our glue. It's a lot better. And these parts really even won't show, but you're going to want to make sure they're flattened so you don't have anything protruding. So you've got some things sticking above level. Could be hard getting the arm all the way in, and the inside of the leg where it connected to the sprue. Same thing, different angles. Get a better, smoother finish. And you've always got a fingernail or the scriber point. All right. Oh, yeah, I don't know, the cowl or something. I don't know what you call it. I think I might use a sanding stick. It's a real light line across the top of that helmet. Much better. Want to clip that pin off a little bit. I'm going at an angle. Maybe it works a little better. Give it a little more room. That you don't need to worry about. But his helmet, even though it's going to be under that cowl or protrusion, might as well get practice in using your sanding stick. Couple little tiny spots there. All right. Really don't even need glue. His two halves are going to be glued together. His head's not going to go anywhere. As I like to do, is you try to put glue on both sides when you're sticking a piece together like this. Just helps the glue melt that plastic down a little. Make sure you get a nice fit. Good hold. Don't want your little plastic guys falling apart if they hit the floor. Pins are usually a bit of a pain to get together. And just going to have to hold it. Well, he's been held together, and probably should have done a test fit there. He's got pretty big gap, but he's glued in, so it's not going to be too noticeable, hopefully. But yeah, sometimes these push fits just don't go together too well. I know they've got a lot of things going on. Hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, next we've got 14, which is his big backpack, and 15 and 16, which are the legs. So we do the legs first. We got the pin for the base there. There's a pin for his leg as well. And then the worst place for a connection, right in the front of the leg. This leg does not, 16, doesn't have it's one without the pin under the foot. But it also does have a connection in front. And there it goes. Oh boy. Okay. Saved. Oh, and the backpack. And we're just about done. There's only like two. Well, each arm has a piece to go on it. But, so there's like four things left after this. Careful with the nozzle area. It's going to leave a mark, as they say. Move it around, follow the contour of the nozzle, and you'll be good. That will disappear. And only other people will even know that it might have been there, that have made this model. And I always use the sanding stick in between here. Much easier. You don't want to sand off. There's like a rivet in that part, so you don't really want to sand that off. But these, oh god, they put rivets everywhere. Got to be real careful. I don't know. Yeah, my sanding stick doesn't really get in between. So, just got to do the best you can. Don't really want to tear those extra decorative rivets off. But if you do, make sure you tear them all off. That's how I do it when I do it. And yeah, these nice cables. You run a sanding stick over them. Don't need to apply too much pressure, just to kind of knock down the lines. It's just not noticeable. Don't need a lot of pressure. Okay, we've got that clipped. Let's do a dry fit this time. Okay, that's better. That'll look good. Man, these legs. Whoever put that there, they are not my friend. Tell you what. What an unfortunate place. Like I said, just do it lightly. Like the 2 thin coats, a dozen light scrapes will come out better, I believe. Alright, don't forget the front. The toe is going to have a line around the face and the top. Make sure you get that in the back. The heel will have a line. Just once again, it's a light scrape. The plastic's not that hard. Alright, then you just kind of rinse and repeat on the other leg. Alright, you'll notice got both legs here done. When you go to put them in, that piece kind of separates the 2 halves, and I had kind of pulled the glue out, so you just got to be careful. We can slap some glue on that pin a little bit right there. Keep that in place. And right there, you can also throw some in the hole there. The pin's going to sit in, so whoa, just pop it in there. Looks pretty good. The crack, the crease, kind of where they come together, actually looking at it, it almost looked beveled, like they knew that was going to happen, so they kind of made it look like it was supposed to be that way. So that's nice. And then the back goes on. Put some glue on the pin, inside the hole and around the edge. Right there. Just kind of paint the glue on around the edge there. And do the same here. And a little bit in the hole there. I really like this glue. It's been working real well for us. There we go. And just hold them on. All right, next, the hands. And like I said, they're two-piece. 17, 18, 19, and 20. They have these top parts glue onto there. But they come out real easy. Right up against the part itself. Just snip them out. Sergeant here has a little extra bling on his shoulder. A little laurel leaf. These are kind of hard to snip. Go in kind of upside down. It's easier to get to. Harder to see, but easier to get to. So you just got to take your time. Make sure you get that clipper in there right. And then the barrels. There we go. And let's see here. Make sure we get, yeah, that goes with that one, and this goes with this one, right? Yeah. All right. So now, gotta keep them separate. They both have the same kind of issues with the connecting points here. Got to be a real name for that. I don't know. Connecting points on the back of the shoulder, which is nice. But then have like at the top of the hand, which is really easy to see. And then the back of the elbow, which is pretty quick and easy to get to. Get underneath as well. Be a line across there. I think that's it. Make sure that this is smooth. Looks good. Now this top is really, that's where it's a pain. There's like one too many connections on this. It's not that big a piece, and they just put them everywhere. And there's a mold line right on the barrel, of course. So that's where mold lines belong. All right, and then front and gauntlet. These guys have power gauntlets. Guess they are like the Primaris version of the stunty Marines Terminators. So, big storm gauntlets, power gloves, whatever you want to call them. You can call them whatever you want. And both of these are pretty much exact same issues that you're going to have. They do fit on pretty nice. You don't got this pin in here, you don't have to worry about clipping it. They fit in real well. Just glue them up. Put them together. And hold on to them. Get the other one done and I'll show you how to get them on. Okay, we got both arms put together. The trick here is there's like 3 places on the arm that comes in contact. So obviously the first is the pin here. And then both sides have the pin, both sides have the hole, but then you see the cabling behind him here. I need to flatten that out. You want to really make sure that the cable is really flat. I left a little proud there. But there's two places on the cable that it connects. There's this round part and this flat part here, this square. And that connects on the glove. Oops, let me show you. That connects on the arm, glove, whatever. Right here, this divot, that's where the cable goes in. And on the back here, that's where that big flat rectangle glues in. So put a little here, put a little here. And don't forget on the cables themselves, you want to put glue on both of those parts to help glue this in so it doesn't get moving around on you. But that's kind of a little trick there that I noticed when I put the first guy together. You're going to want to make sure you get a little bit of glue on all three of those places just to make sure. Like I said, I didn't clean that off. You want a nice flat piece there so that it glues in right. So let's get the left arm on here, show you. The right arm's the one with the laurel and skull, showing that he's a sergeant. And I said a little dab right on the cable, a little dab back on that rectangular connector, and then there on the glove and on the back, and then a little bit in the shoulder. And remember to seal that glue up nice and good. And just push it on. And make sure that those pieces connect in the back. There you go. So his arm's kind of down at his side. So we'll hold those pieces together here and just do the right arm. Okay, so there you go. Both arms in there. So he's got his purity seal, and the skull shows he's a sergeant, I suppose. And you see those pieces fit in real nice. Look like they belong there. They're not like separated, sticking out. So there's the two guys so far. They're really pretty simple, pretty easy to go. So it shouldn't give you any trouble at all. And yeah, just make sure paying attention when you're snipping them out, and use that sanding stick. Use your scriber. You don't need this guy at all for these push fit. And you can see their little brother there in the Assault Marines. So I'll get that third guy together, come back, and we'll be all done. Talk to you later. Alrighty, so here we are. All three of our aggressors done. And yeah, the two extra guys, the captain, his backpack, yeah, I knew something was a little different, and it is all pretty much different. The two guys, they have this part here is like an additional piece, whereas the sergeant, it was already together, and they connect just slightly different. That's all. Just make sure you get glue on those pins. There's a pin on top here and there, and the shoulders. Just make sure you get glue on there. They also come with these little, I think some of the Necrons do too, where just little accessories for your basing. Don't glue them in. You don't know really right now if you want to use them or not, probably. So be sure not to glue them in, and don't glue these guys in either. It's pretty easy to spray paint, like I did the Scorpic destroyers the other day when it finally stopped raining, and so they're all nice and silver. But like, don't glue them in, so you can pop them out, and you'll be able to do a better job on the base if there's no model on it. That's my thought. I try not to glue down, or if I do, I think I talked about this before with the captain. use a little bit of super glue, not plastic glue. You want to use, I like my Gorilla Glue gel. Put a little super glue, because he doesn't have pins. Put a little super glue there. He'll stay on, but it's real easy to just snap it off when it comes time to base. So there's our 3 aggressors, and they'll go great with their assault marine brothers and the captain and the lieutenant. See if I can get them all here in the picture. All right, there we go. And our next set, I think mine's coming tomorrow. We're gonna have like 10 more of these warriors in there, and can't remember what else. I think there's some more paint. I don't know, but we'll see. Until then, keep building. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.